Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to briefly review how to use explorelearning.com's Gizmos. Um, to begin, you'll need to get access to this. Now, if you already have a password, great. You can log in with that, with your login ID and password. If you don't, feel free. They're great at getting back to you. So you'll need to contact explorelearning.com. I'll post a link for how to do that. It's a contact form. They'll get back to you, and they've gotten back to me always really fast the next day or two. They also have a telephone number where they can be reached at as well. And it'll give you your code to enter for your school, and you can get yourself on that. All right. So when you do get on explorelearning.com, your page will look something like this. Perhaps this center portion here you won't be able to see, or you won't see as I do. I have my classes off to the left over here, and gizmos or simulations that I've seen recently. So let's start, I think, first by looking at what a Gizmo class looks like. Now, I have used it to various degrees in the past, so I only have one Gizmo posted for one of my classes recently. This class here, so my period 411U Chem class, I've only posted one Gizmo, but I know I'll be using this a lot more, and it's on balancing equations. So you can create different classes. You can also provide students with a class enrollment code, and they'll go to explorelearning.com and they'll click on register as a student or enroll in a class, and they'll use this class code just over here to the right. You can share this code with them, and they'll be able to log on and see the gizmos and simulations that you've posted. I'll show you how to post all that, but let's just first see what a gizmo looks like. So I teach chemistry. This is a balancing equations simulation, aka Gizmo. So I can click on it to run the simulation, but before I do that, I want to show you what you would see, what the teacher would see on your end, and I'll blur out any personal information at the end. So I'm going to click on results, and I can see that 17 students have responded. Right. So here are the results. So names off to the left, of course, those will be blurred. Their results here, I can see that they have completed it. What they scored on the 5 questions. Every Gizmo has 5 questions, 5 multiple choice questions that relate to the simulation that I found and posted. So it's all here. Great to see if that's their homework, if that's their task to complete, that they have completed. You go in and check whenever you'd like, whenever you've told them they should have it completed by. So that's what that looks like. Let's go to the Gizmo. So I'll go back to my Gizmo list for the class. I'll click here. Right. So let's launch that Gizmo. Okay, so to show you, this is what the beginning of any gizmo will look like. You'll have a screenshot here, a link to launch the gizmo, also found up to the right here. You have a video preview of what it looks like and what different functions it has, and every gizmo is slightly different. You might have to take a minute or so to figure out what exactly that gizmo does and how it works. Students are really quick at doing that though, so it's never usually been a problem. What you also have is some great teacher resources, a student accompanying sheet here, an answer key, a teacher guide, any kind of necessary vocabulary sheet. It's all here. So great resources to accompany all of these simulations. All right, let's launch the Gizmo. So this Gizmo reviews how to balance chemical equations, and it begins with a synthesis reaction, but you can show students um, in this one that there are different kinds. And now every simulation is a bit different, but this has your different kinds of reactions. We'll begin with synthesis. I'm going to click show summary. So it says that the equation is not balanced. The task appears to be to balance this chemical equation. So let's see. Um, let's try increasing our product water by 2. It says it's still not balanced, right? Let's see. I figure we might need to increase our hydrogen by up to 2. There, now it's balanced. Other ways to show in this histogram here, right, that it is balanced. And you can move on to the next type of reaction, right? So once they've practiced that simulation, some are a bit more involved than others, and others you can control certain variables, and others change. You can plot it. There's various gizmos, but everyone does have the 5 multiple choice questions that relate to the simulation. Right? Students will see exactly this. They'll be able to work on the gizmo, then answer the 5 questions, and they will submit their answers by clicking on check your answers. that is essentially a standard Gizmo. Right, so let's get started on how then to create your own class. So I'm going to go to, let's see, back to my class, back to my home page. So to the very beginning, let's create a class. I'm just going to call it something general here. The tab name is what? Here, I'll close this to show you. I'll click on this class. The tab names are what appears on the top here. So just so you know what that means, I'm going to go back to my home page. Okay, so add new class, tab name. Let's just call it a general class. Okay, I guess there's an 8-character limit, so I've written general. That's I want to try general class, but well, of course won't let me. I can only write with 8 characters here. So full name, let's see, open class. I think I've used that before. Add class. Okay, great. So I'm done. That easy. This is a class code I can use for students to register. I can manage my class here. My class roster has so far no students enrolled. I can add students to this, right? That can take a certain amount of time, but you only do it once, you don't have to do it again. Students will self-register themselves as they enroll. So it might save you some time to just share that with them, right? So you can add gizmos to your class, to this open class. You can search in various ways. You can search by standards in math or in science. Again, explorelearning.com has resources from grades 3 to grade 12 for both math and science. You can search by textbooks, actually, grade and topic. And here just popular, I believe just popular gives. I haven't really used this, but let's just dive into the science. Another way, though, that doesn't appear here, maybe I'm just not seeing all of it. No, if you click on Find Gizmos, you can generally search for gizmos. So type in whatever topic you want. Let's just say evolution. And here you go. The results 1 to 10, or 1 of 10, 1 to 10 of 11. So there are 11 results for that, for just that one topic, right? Lots of gizmos to look through. Right, so I'm going to go back. Let's look through our Ontario Science. Let's try biology. Sure, we'll do grade 11 biology. Right, and here are our standards as it would appear in the Ontario curriculum. So that's one great way to search. Another one, let's go by topic. Right, so scroll down. Let's stick with biology, grades 9 to 10, biology. Scroll down here to see the rest. Click on cells. Let's try cell structure. Okay, so you're going to review this, launch this gizmo. Let's see. Oh, don't forget, there are lesson materials here. So great to have that. Click on launch gizmo, and here you can see what the gizmo will entail. All right, it's often a bit daunting at first. What do I do? It's usually really intuitive though, so click on stuff is what I usually say. Just click on it, explore. I'm going to click on sample. Looks like I should do that. And very good. A sample of a cell, of an animal cell, right? What that tab says appears in this field of view. So it looks like you're looking through a microscope. Here we're now simulating the use of a microscope, where if I click on this right arrow here, I can control where I'm looking at, or I can move the slide, I guess. I can zoom in to see different structures, right? It tells me 1,000 times zoom here, 2,000 times zoom, 3,000. We'll see how far that can go, but I'm going to back out there. All right, so it says cell membrane is, and I see an arrow here. It gives me the definition of a cell membrane. Centrioles, there they are. I see then a definition of centrioles. Go to plant cell, the other tab I can click on sample. It gives me a sample of a plant cell, and I can do the same, except using a plant cell and its organelles. Great, so I like that gizmo. I can quickly preview the 5 questions it has for that, and that's it. Then if I like it enough, I want to add to a class, and I can add it to my open class. Add to class, and it's been added. Now if I go to my classes, there it is. right? I share this. I tell students you're logged on to our explorelearning.com class. Click on your cell structure gizmo, homework due, checking tomorrow at a certain time, and you're all set. That's a very, very brief overview of how Gizmos works. The Gizmos, or rather explorelearning.com, does have a lot of how-to instructions, and they're really great at providing that information. So I'm sure I only touched the tip of the iceberg here. So there's a lot more to go over, but this should hopefully help you get started. Hope that helps.